Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night guys. It depends with your time zones, but I hope everyone is doing well. I'm also fine, as you can see, and I'm just grateful to God for this far He has brought me, for His protection, for His unconditional love. I'm just grateful to God, guys. If you're new here, I go by the name Sharon Shill, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please consider to hit that subscription button. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for your overwhelming support that you guys have shown me since I started this YouTube journey. I don't take it for granted. And thank you so much for always tuning in anytime I upload a new video. I just want to let you guys that from the bottom of my heart, your support means the world to me, and it doesn't go unnoticed. I'm forever grateful, and let's continue with the same spirit of supporting one another. We need each other in this journey. So in this video guys, I've never shared a story like this, and I felt this gonna be a story time. I wanna share with you a certain story or a certain incident that happened to me some years back, and back then I felt really afraid, and I blamed myself. In fact, I thought I was very stupid because something like that had never happened to me in my life. It was my first time, and when I sat down, actually I thought I was really stupid, and I thought that if I share this story, I'm gonna be judged, and they are gonna laugh at me. And in fact, back then, I was staying with my sister. And mark you, I didn't tell her the truth. I lied to her because I thought she's gonna judge me. She's gonna judge me. So I lied to my sister. So my sis, if you are gonna watch this, just know that this is what really happened, and I lied to you because I didn't have this courage back then. But time has really gone, and being on social media, I've came across similar stories like this, similar incidents, and up to date they are still happening. So I think now I'm ready to share this story. I'm really ready to share it because I feel it's gonna help somebody outside there. We need to be cautious all the time. So without further ado guys, let's get into it. So guys, before I start, let me just jog a little bit. Let me jog because I feel like I'm ready, and I'm gonna try to talk a little bit louder because it's too windy outside. So guys, this is the story. First of all, have you ever been conned? Please let me know down at the comment section if you have ever been conned in your life. So this is what happened guys. It was back then in 2016. For those who don't know, I'm based in Mombasa, and in 2016 I was still new in town. I was still new in town and I didn't know most of the places. At the same time, I was just some months old in my workplace. I was just some months old. So at my workplace, there is something we call poster, where they post letters. So as our office rule back then, we used to go to poster to check the letters twice a week. We used to go Mondays and Fridays, twice a week. And when I started my work with that firm or company, that was the role that I was given. And I was given this role to check letters at the poster at my free time. So it's me to manage myself, but just to make sure that every Monday and Fridays, I must go for the letters. We just must check the post box. So it was a certain Friday, guys. We were not busy in our office. In fact, there was no work at all. So I decided, it was at around 12. It was at around 12. And I told my colleagues that, I'm idle, let me go to the poster to check the post box, if maybe we have some letters. I took the post box key and I marched out. I didn't want to board a matatu because I just wanted to walk. I didn't have any pressure of coming back. I didn't have any work. So I just wanted to walk on the street, go and come back. So our office was situated at in Mombasa, Moi Avenue, along Moi Avenue. So when I was going at around Uhuru Gardens, along just Moi Avenue there at Pembe za Ndovu is well known in Mombasa. People were so many, yes, because that place, people back then, it was like a photograph place. Foreigners could come and take pictures there, or inside the Uhuru Garden, it was just cool with nice benches. People could chill, and we had photo guys and photo ladies there. They used to, when you pass, they used to ask you, do you want a picture? So in the process, I met a tall guy. He was in official. He was in official, if I can remember, with a certain bag. And he told me, hi, and I stopped and I said, hi, how are you? And I said, I'm fine. So he asked me if I can help him with direction. He was heading somewhere and he didn't know the direction, if I can remember. So I told him, where you are in the right place, because even where you are heading to is the exact direction you want. So you just need to go down, past this building, you just go straight and you will find the stage that you want. And he told me, thank you. And me, with a good heart, he asked me, can I ask another question? And I said, yes, why not? The guy told me that he's a pastor and he's praying to people. He's praying to people, and he feel like he wants to pray to me. And before he prays to me, he is a pastor and he sees the future. I don't know if you guys know this kind of pastors. They always see the future. They see, oh, we see the future. I can tell you the future. I can tell you your past, what happened and what is yet to happen. That was that pastor. And when I heard that, I said, guy, why not? Why not? And he told me, okay, if you are interested, let's just take a walk as you show me where I'm going. And in the process, I can narrate or I can tell you 1, 2, 3 about your future before I pray to you. Guys, me with a good heart, I turned and started walking with this guy towards where he wanted to go, because now I'm interested to know what's really happening in my life, or what has been happening in my life, and what is that is about to happen in my life. I was really interested because I'd never heard that, and I was like, why not? I'm interested, let's go. So remember, I was going to the poster to check for letters. That now I put it aside because I felt like I have no hurry of going back to the office, and also it was lunchtime. We have 1.5 hours for lunch, or 1 hour for lunch. I can use this to listen to this guy, and after showing him the stage where he wanted to go, I can just rush back, collect the letters, and go back to the office. So we started walking. He was asking me some of the questions that for sure I didn't know, I wasn't aware. But some of the questions that he was asking me, some were familiar. As you all know, guys, there are some of the things that someone can tell you, and if you sit down, you can say, oh, this is really true. Why is this person telling me the truth? That was the guy, the so-called pastor. I had a phone in my hand, and I decided to put the phone on a flight mode. I didn't want any disturbance because I was so gloomed at this story, guys. I was so gloomed. I wanted to know. So we were walking. The guy was telling me so much things, and some of the things he told me he can see them. There are things that will come. Some have happened already, and some are yet to come. And he was talking about the good and the bad things. So we were walking until I passed our office. And it wasn't really in my mind that I'm passing the office, because I was so gloomed. I wanted to know what the pastor wants to tell me. What can I do to rectify things that have happened? What can I change? You just know, guys. Story continues. So, guys, as we continued to walk past our office, back then there was a certain supermarket. We used to go and buy office things there. There was a certain supermarket back then it was called Taxis Supermarket, I think. Tusky's Supermarket. We used to buy office things there. So when we reached Tusky's Supermarket, we passed because it was crowded outside there. It was crowded outside there, and another guy came behind and stopped, and he told me we are working with this guy. He was just following us slowly. We are working with him, and I've helped the guy also. He can tell you his story. I've helped him, and now we are working with him, preaching the word of God. And the guy told me, oh, this pastor is good. Whatever he tells you, you just cooperate and you will see the good things. So he told me so many things. I cannot share, guys. So many things. And it reached a point he asked me if I have even 50 bob or 100 bob. And I told him, no, I don't have any cash, but I have in my M-Pesa. And he told me, if you can withdraw, well and good, because I need you to buy water. This water is for, I want to use it to pray for you. And this water, it's you to buy, not me. And I said, why not? I went to the M-Pesa and I withdraw actually 200. 100 was to buy water for the guy, for the so-called pastor. And 100, now I was to use it to go back to the poster, because now the time was running very fast and I couldn't walk now to the poster and back. So I took 100, I put it in my pocket, and 100 was to buy water. And he told me, let's go back, go into the supermarket and buy this water. I always use Keringet. That's what he told me. If not Keringet, then Dasani, a small one. I had my phone and I had a post box key, guys. But my mind was not there. I was so gloomed into this story. Now, let's dive into it. When I was going into the supermarket, the so-called pastor and the friend, they told me, bring the phone so that you can go faster. You just pick. We are waiting for you outside here. Do you know, nothing came into my mind. My mind, it's like I was brainwashed, or I don't know. I don't know how these things do happen. Do you know, I gave them my phone because they were there at the supermarket outside, and I went into the supermarket to bring water. I didn't even take 10 minutes. It was just quick because the supermarket was not full. I just went straight, took water, I paid them, came outside. When I came outside with the water, I couldn't see the guys. And that's when my mind or my brain started working. I couldn't see the guys. So I went down and again come back to the supermarket, but these guys were standing here. Where are they? So outside the supermarket there were some guys, they were doing their business, and another old guy was alikuwa, how do we call, mending the shoes, kushona viatu, something like that. He asked me, girl, who are you looking for? What are you looking for? And I told the guys that there are some two guys who were standing here when I was going inside the supermarket, and I can't see them. And they told me they have crossed the road and they have gone. I was speechless. That's when my brain started working. I felt like I'm losing it. I was sweating all over my body, and my hands, I was shaking all over. My hands were water. I was sweating with every part of my body. I was sweating for sure. That's when my mind started working. When I crossed the road, I couldn't see anyone. I couldn't see anyone. Then the guys, when I was coming back, the guys asked me, what has happened? And I told them, they were holding my phone when I went inside the supermarket to buy water. And the guys laughed at me and they told me, Karibu Mombasa, welcome to the coast. You have been conned. Welcome to the coast, and we think now you will never be conned again. Those guys, they have just welcomed you to Mombasa. I didn't say a word. For sure, I didn't say a word. And remember, that phone was, I put it on, it was on flight mode. Nobody couldn't reach me. So I took a matatu and I went to post box because I was only remaining with the post box key in my hands. I didn't give them. They only took my phone in the name of holding. Let's hold the phone for you so that you can go and come back faster. When I went to the poster, even to cross the road was a problem, guys. I was shaking. I was absent-minded. I went to the poster. I opened, and I remember I only found few letters. I locked and came out faster because time was now bad, and I was worried maybe the office people, they are looking for me, or they have called me and they can't reach me. When I was crossing the road, I wasn't really myself. I took a matatu again back to where our office was. Where our office was. When I got into the office, it was already past lunch. It was already past lunch, and my colleague was telling me, oh Sharon, you've stayed. And I told her no, I decided to take lunch so that when I come back, I don't go outside again. And my colleague told me, oh, and I was waiting for you. Maybe if you come back, we can go and buy lunch together. And I told her, no, I've already taken my lunch. But your phone is off. And I told her, battery low. It has no power. And I went straight to where I was sitting. I stayed there in our office. The room, we know it's a big room. We used to call it boardroom. I stayed in boardroom for almost hours. Almost hours. Sorry guys, the noise. The planes are landing and taking off, guys. So I stayed for hours until I heard my boss was saying, Sharon is not yet back. And I said, I'm here. That's how I answered, I'm here. And he said, oh, you are back. Have you found the letters? You've not shown me the letters. And I was like, Normally when I come from post office, the first stop is at his office to show him the letters. But mind you, I didn't even show him the letters. I was stressed up and I didn't want anyone to notice. I don't know where I gained the courage. Because they also notice I'm not okay. And I just decided to tell them that when I was coming out from the poster, my mom called me. And when I received the phone, in the process of talking to my mom, somebody snatched the phone from the back. Somebody snatched the phone, and when I turned around, I couldn't see the person. So that's why I took so long, because I was asking who has taken my phone, and everyone seems to be concentrated on their business, because where Mombasa posters are, people always do business outside there. So that's how I decided to lie to my workmates and my boss, guys, because I was afraid. I was really afraid. And to make it worse, this was the first phone, the first Samsung phone that I was given with my sister. My sister that now I was staying with her. She was the one who gave me that phone, and the phone was new. She gave me that phone because when I got a job, I didn't have a phone, and some time to communicate with her was difficult. Sometimes I could use the office phone to call her, to check on her, and she was finding it difficult to call our office phone to check on me. It was not easy for her. So when she got a new phone, she decided to give me her Samsung phone. It was a new phone because she didn't use it for a long time. It was really new, and she gave me that phone when she has rebranded. She changed everything, the protector, the cover. The phone was really new. So that's how I was conned, and that's how I lost my first Samsung phone that I was given with my sister. So after telling my colleagues with my boss that somebody snatched my phone, I want to say that we had really a good boss. We really had a good boss. He always wanted to know the people he's working with, the people he has employed, and he always wanted to know how each and every person is doing. If you have a problem, he used to say, that is our problem. So after telling them that, do you know the second day, after the second day, he called me and he asked me, it will now become hard to talk to you or to call you if you are out station. Because even when you go to court or when you go somewhere, we cannot reach you because you are phoneless. What can we do now? You cannot be here without a phone. How will we communicate? And I just told my boss that I'll figure it out. Then he said, okay. So to figure it out, I was waiting that if we get paid, I can get another cheaper phone. But it was really painful because you can imagine be without a phone, and already you are used to having a phone, but now you are phoneless. I felt like something is missing in my life, because my phone was my office. My phone was keeping me busy on weekends, to know how my close loved ones are doing, but now nobody couldn't reach me. I was phoneless. So that part was finished. So in the evening after that, coming back home, I found my sister already at home, and the first thing she asked me, "Why are you off? I've tried to call you, but I cannot get you." I didn't answer my sister. I went straight, and what did I do? I had a handbag and I placed it down. And my sister is that person, she don't talk too much. She went out to buy supper and she came back. "Sharon, why were you off?" "Because I was calling you so that we can, to know if you have finished work, we can go home together." Because where I was working, my sister also was working in the same building. So we could see each other most of the time when I go out, or when we go out station. We could see each other. We could meet each other in between the corridors. So that day we didn't meet each other. We didn't speak to each other, and now she was worried as my elder sister. What has happened to my younger sister? So when she came back from buying supper, and I told her I was going to the poster to collect the letters, and somebody snatched my phone when I was talking to Mom. And when I turned around, I couldn't see anybody. Everybody was busy doing their business, and they were pretending that they don't know what has happened. The same way I told my work people is the same way I lied to my sister. Because I was afraid, guys, to share this story. I was really afraid. I felt like I'm stupid. It's like I was brainwashed, because my brain started working when the two guys, the so-called pastor, they have gone. That's when my brain started working. I don't know what they used that I couldn't think straight. So that's how I told my sister. He was sorry about it, but she was sorry about it. She was really sorry about it, and sad at the same time, because that is the phone she gave me to use. But now it was gonna be hard for both of us to communicate. And I can remember she asked me, "Now that your phone, you've lost your phone during working hours. It's because of office work you've lost your phone. Are they in a position, or your boss in a position, even to give you some money, even if you will pay later, to at least buy even a small phone?" Because now me, I don't have any money. I can't help you right now. And if I am to help you, you have to wait for quite some time. And I can't promise you to. And I just told my sister that I'll talk with my boss about that, if he can give me a loan. And she said, okay. That's how that story went. But deep down, I was suffering. I was really suffering. I couldn't share this story because I felt like I'm stupid. I felt like I'm stupid. How can you just meet a person, you start talking to, telling you this, and you follow him up to where he's going? How? I felt like I was stupid by that time. I felt really embarrassed, and I wasn't ready to share this story, guys. So as time goes by, I remember there was a certain day my boss called me, and he told me, Sharon, I want to buy you a phone because we cannot work here and you don't have a phone. It's giving them hard time when I go out. They can't call me to consult. Have you find that thing? How is it? It was giving them hard time. So my boss bought me a phone. My boss bought me a phone, and that was the first Infinix phone in town. He bought me a phone, and guys, I was happy to be back online because I was missing a lot. I was already used to the phone. So as years went by, I started to see similar stories like this online, that there are people conning. There are people conning. The conning in the name of pastor is too much. Until I saw a certain vlog on YouTube, a lady was narrating how the so-called, how she was conned with the so-called pastors. And I said, wow, now I wasn't alone. If people can come out to share stories like this, why can't I share mine? So it has been so many years, guys, since 2016 up to now. Imagine, I've been keeping quiet with this story. I wasn't ready to share it, but now I've shared it, guys. What do you think? Let me know what you think down at the comment section. And I want to tell you guys that this story taught me a lot. And in fact, from that day, nobody couldn't tell me hi and I listened to him or her. Sorry guys, nobody couldn't tell me. I didn't want to hear anybody because that story taught me a lot. That story taught me a lot, guys, and it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes, and that's when I started now to know Mombasa. That's when I started to know Mombasa, and that's when I started to know that nobody, not everyone is kind. You can be having a good heart, but the person next to you is thinking of other things. You can be willing to help, but the other person has got his or her mission. The incident opened my eyes, guys. Up to now, nobody can con me again. Nobody. It opened my eyes, and it was the first incident to happen to me, and I said, God, this will never happen to me again. This will never happen to me again. Nowadays, I know people, and we can talk, but I can see you. I can see you. I can tell. Do you have good intentions or bad intentions? So guys, here in Kenya, We have so many people. We have con people. And what I came to know, people con with the name of God. You can't be a pastor and you are scamming people. You can't be a pastor and you are conning people. The same vlog that I watched on YouTube, the lady was conned with the so-called pastor. And I said, wow, now this thing is happening. I wasn't the first person as I thought. The lady shared her frustration, how she felt in the YouTube video. And that's how I really felt. I really felt bad. That thing was disturbing me, but I wasn't ready to share it or to tell my sister. I said, I've lied, God forgive me, but I'm not ready to share this because I felt like I'm a fool, I'm stupid. How can I allow that to happen? How stupid am I? You are going this direction and now you are taking another direction. That's how I felt. So many people came into my mind. How will people judge me? I was really afraid, but now guys, I'm glad that since 2016 up to now, I've shared this story, guys. I've shared this story, and I think so many of you, or maybe you guys, have been conned. I don't know. You can share your thoughts down at the comment section, guys. So this is how I was conned in my life. That's how I lost my first phone, Samsung phone, from high school. The first Samsung phone that my sister gave me. That's how I lost it. So guys, just know not everyone is good outside here. You may be conned, you can meet somebody on the way. He or she don't know where she's going. He or she is asking for direction, and you with a good heart, you wanna help, and you end up being conned as I was conned. And let me tell you guys, this thing, if it was just direction, that pastor wouldn't have conned me. But the way, oh, he started, oh, I see the future, so many story, I think that's when he trapped my mind, and everything, all of my mind, my thoughts, everything was in the story. I wanted to see, I wanted to know more about it. That's how he conned me. That's how he conned me. But if it was only asking for direction and going, no, he wouldn't have conned me. But anyway, guys, that is my story. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about it. But just know this story, I've been keeping it for years. And to my sister, sorry, my loving sister, back then I wasn't ready to share this story because I felt like I'm stupid, and I felt like you're gonna judge me, you're gonna talk bad to me. So I wasn't ready to share this story to you. But this is really what happened. Please forgive me for lying to you. Shit happened, guys. So if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed up to this far, please, what are you waiting? Subscribe and join Sharon Shield YouTube channel. And if you're my returning subscriber, I know you're gonna do the needful. And without further ado, let's end this video here and let's meet up into the next one. Bye bye.